Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. It's Michael B, and I got some exciting news, breaking news even, to share with you today. Thanks to a tweet from Arc System Works, it looks like home arcade fans are finally getting that long-rumored Double Dragon home arcade. The kick is, it's not coming from the company we expected it to. So that's right, guys, a little bit of exciting news today caused by a tweet by Arc System Works. It looks like we are getting a Double Dragon home arcade. People have been saying we want something new. Something new is finally coming. But before we get into that, I want to say thank you so much, everybody, for checking out the video. Guys, I always appreciate the support. If this is your first time to the channel and you like what you see, go ahead, subscribe, click the bell for notification, all that YouTube stuff. So you might remember a couple years ago, we did cover the possibility of Arcade1Up releasing a Double Dragon cabinet, and some leak footage shows that they had actually built one based on Double Dragon 2: The Revenge. So that is the cab we're talking about here today. But unfortunately, that cabinet never came to fruition. We were told there was a variety of reasons. One, the fact that iArcade had already licensed the Double Dragon game, so they didn't really want to compete against iArcade. There was another rumor that no retailer actually wanted to pick up this cabinet for whatever reason. Arcade1Up never brought this one out, which is a head scratcher because so many people in the community were saying, man, I would kill for a Double Dragon cabinet. Well, thanks to a tweet from Arc System Works, the owner of the Double Dragon license, we found out today that there is in fact going to be a home arcade Double Dragon coming out very soon, as they have an official sponsor for their Arc World Tour 2024, it says there, but it's 2025. Iconic Arcade is jumping aboard, going to be the official sponsor, and with it, they're announcing two new Double Dragon home arcade cabinets. Now, the first one is in fact Double Dragon, based on the iconic arcade game we all know and love. So I want to get close up and talk about this. If you take a look at this Double Dragon cab, this is really interesting to me. I never thought they would do the original Double Dragon, even though in my opinion, this is the best looking one. Of course, Double Dragon 2 is a great looking arcade, but the original is iconic. Funny enough, this is Iconic Arcade. So it has the original Double Dragon marquee. It even has the Taito logo on it, which is actually really surprising because the game was never owned by Taito. They just did the cabinet. Then on the side, a lot of people are probably going to be upset about this, but me personally, I absolutely love this. No complaints about this arcade from Iconic Arcade and the side art, because they've replicated the original Taito side work on the cabinet. The bezel going around the screen is perfect with the Double Dragons. The control panel looks arcade accurate. I'm a pretty big fan of what they've done here, and the community can rejoice because after Iconic's first announcement with the Street Fighter cabs and people saying, well, there's nothing new, Double Dragon is 1000% new. That's a cab we never got, so finally something to be excited about. And I gotta tell you, personally, I'm really excited for this one because this same arcade cabinet brings a lot of nostalgia for me because my buddy Dave, his dad was an electrician, and for a while growing up, they actually had this Double Dragon arcade cabinet in their basement while their dad was fixing it up. We played the shit out of this, so this is something I'm super nostalgic for and would love to have in my home. Now, I'm not going to lie to you guys, I am kind of shocked that we're here talking about a second Iconic Arcade cabinet already in 2025. I figured when the initial announcement came out, this was a new company, new brand. I thought this was going to be the only release we got this year, and they would at least see how things went before announcing anything else. But I guess pre-orders went well enough that they're ready to move on to their second product. And with the disappointing Arcade1Up news this past week about some potential changes to the way they build their cabinets, I was on a little bit of a low for home arcade, thinking that, you know, all we were going to get was one Iconic Arcade XXL this year, but it turns out we were wrong. Now, of course, we got to talk about the other end of the spectrum here because there's two different variants of Double Dragon coming out. The other one is Double Dragon Revive. Now, you guys might not be familiar with that title unless you're following modern gaming. Double Dragon Revive is an upcoming Arc System Works release where they're trying yet again to reinvigorate the Double Dragon franchise. It's a modern-ish take on Double Dragon, something completely out of the home arcade space. This is in fact the first time we're going to get a cabinet based off a modern game that has a widescreen monitor and more modern controls. Now, me personally, I've bought like every iteration of Double Dragon over the years. I just picked up Double Dragon Gaiden. So, I've been playing through that lately. When I saw the trailer for this, I said, oh, it could be interesting. Looks like it's a take on Double Dragon Neon. But, I mean, as for a home arcade product, I don't know. So guys, what's funny about this Double Dragon Revive cabinet is my buddy 19K Fox obviously is a little bit more in tune with John D and the Iconic Arcade branding. They went to Vegas, they had conversations, and he talked about he saw some of their upcoming stuff as well. Now, I wasn't sure if it was Iconic Arcade, other companies that Media One Up was working with, but he did say to me, I don't know about everything, they're doing something modern. This looks like it's the modern product we're talking about. So this is Double Dragon Revive, the game we just showed. Now, me personally, I buy these cabinets to have nostalgia. So obviously, this is not a product for me. Double Dragon, on the other hand, that's 100% me. That's one that's immediately on my list. I'm going to be picking that up. It's got that 19-inch 4x3 monitor. This has a 16x9 monitor. Obviously, to include the new game, it's probably going to include the other Double Dragon games as well. I mean, the artwork is all based on the new game. The marquee is based on the new game. I don't see the appeal for it, but maybe there's people out there. For me, this is a nothing burger for me. Like, good for Arc Systems Works. I'm sure they're kind of taking the mentality like iArcade here. If there's a modern game that fits that arcade setting, you might want to play it on a home arcade. So, we saw many iterations of modern games show up on iArcade, Mayhem Brawler for one, with Mayhem Brawler's skin. So that fits that. And there might be people that want that, but for me, you know what I want? I want the classic Double Dragon. So, I'd be interested to hear your guys' take on the Double Dragon Revive cab, if you like it or something. For me, it's nothing. I don't care about it. But then again, I got the awesome, almost completely accurate Double Dragon cab. So I'm elated for that. Don't really give a shit about the other one. So anyways, guys, I don't know if this was a planned release, if this was kind of a leak, if this all came about. It seems strange that it's coming directly from Arc System Works and not from Iconic Arcade, but at the same time, good for them. Like, I did not anticipate we'd be getting another release from Iconic Arcade this year. I thought it was going to be one and done. Street Fighter, they would see how things panned out with that. And I mean, even the pre-order is, broken on the Iconic Arcade webpage. I don't know if it's still broken, but it might still be broken. I didn't know what was going on, so this announcement today of a Double Dragon cab is an absolute shocker. I am completely surprised. What I want to do now is hear your guys' feedback. Let me know in the comments down below. What do you think of the announcement of the Iconic Arcade Double Dragon cab? Is this something for the home arcade community to get excited about? It's Double Dragon. Even though we saw it on the Iconic Arcade, we've never had a dedicated cabinet. Do you like the fact they went with the original Double Dragon, even with the arcade accurate side work? I can't wait to hear you guys tell me how much you complain about it because it doesn't have like all the flair that you expect. And I'm just loving the fact it's 100% arcade accurate, minus the Taito logo, I think. But I think this is an absolute beautiful cabinet. I'm so excited about it. I love Double Dragon. I really want to know what you think of the modern cab. Is there a market out there, maybe not with us, maybe in the casual market, for more modern cabs with an unreleased game? And some of these games, again, that made sense for iArcade, modern games that kind of fit an arcade setting. Anyways, guys, thank you so very much for watching. This is Michael B. the Game Genie. I'll talk to you next time.